Hey everyone, I'm Cameron Lewis, and we're doing Hot Ones. Hot questions with hotter wings. Today we have Adin Fleischer. He's been working with me as an intern through School to Careers. With that being said, let's get started. All right, Adin. The first one we have here is Howler Monkey. So, Adin, why are we doing this?
Well, we were sitting in this room trying to develop some scripts for upcoming episodes.
That's delicious.
We were sitting here with one of our producers, Adam, and he was like, "Oh, you need to do a test run." And unfortunately, I was sitting here, and he was like, "You should do it with Aiden." And next thing I knew, you were on the phone with Walmart ordering 20 wings.
All right, number 2 we have here is Heartbeat Hot Sauce. Oh, man. So, Adin, I had realized that you live with 2 intelligent people, maybe more than that with your sister and brother, but your mom, your dad, Abe, Abby, what is it like living with a doctor?
I mean, it's got its moments. It's really nice. Anytime that anything's wrong, I can just kind of go to her and be like, "Hey, what's this?" And she's just bam, like ready with an answer. The only downside is kind of enabled me to be a hypochondriac up until, if I'm lying, the age of 11. If I'm being honest, the age of 16.
And still
a little bit, yeah, it lingers around, but definitely like hardcore until the age of 16.
we have Maplewood Smoked Onion Hot Sauce. I know you're an athlete. We played church league softball together. I've beat you several times. Go blue team. I know that you play soccer. You played soccer for how long?
I'm gonna go with 14 years.
14 years. Remind me about the time that you got a concussion during soccer.
So it wasn't actually that. It was that I gave a kid a concussion. And so when I was in 6th through 8th grade, and there was just one kid that was like bullying kids, and so I was in goal, and my dad's like, "It's okay, just kind of absorb it and just play the game." And Corey pulls me aside. He goes, "Don't listen to a word your dad says." He goes, "Just slide into him a little bit." I caught the ball and I threw my elbow up into his face, and it was a long time ago. I feel like he was knocked out for like 5 seconds.
Wow.
Or at least on the ground.
For our 4th wing, we have Son of Zombie Wing Sauce. As you know, obviously most of you know that we have a talent show every year at camp.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about your short-lived comedic stand-up routine.
Emphasis on short-lived, because I only did it twice. And so in 6th grade, I heard there's a talent show, and I was like amped. I was like, I'm going to do a comedy skit. And so I came up with 5 jokes, and I don't think I've ever told anyone this before because it hasn't come up for so long. One of them was mine. The other 4 I got from like other comedy skits and just used them as my own. And so like
We never knew.
yeah, no one knew except for my brother saw the video. He's like, "You stole all of those." I was like, "Correction, I stole 4 of them." So,
Oh man, amazing grace.
So we have for our 5th wing, Temporary Insanity.
it looks so much.
That
worse.
doesn't sound amusing. I don't know what does.
Yeah.
So, at Cross Church, we have multiple people that have lived in one apartment, from Adam Anglin to myself to Danny Tagenhorst. That is Orange Street Apartments, apartment 6. And so I know that you've been there personally multiple times on multiple different occasions. What is your fondest memory of that place?
Chad worked. Was it at Blackburn or was it somewhere else?
He worked at Blackburn for
He worked
a
at
while.
Blackburn, so he worked with a lot of reptiles and amphibians and stuff, including snakes. And so there was one day that he got bit by a snake, which had happened before, but this one was a venomous snake. So he was like low key paralyzed. He was taking like this medicine. He was walking around like this Oh my gosh, the whole day. And we were like, I got there, I was like, Chad, what's wrong? And he's like, I got bit by a snake and I'm paralyzed. And he just kind of like waddles back to his room where he's been like the whole day. And so like later in the day, he went to the bathroom and we're like, Chad, the toilet didn't flush. Do you need me to go flush it for you? He's like, no, I can't actually stand for that long while I'm peeing. So he had to go to the bathroom by himself in the bathtub because he was literally paralyzed. And so, like, Chad's a crazy dude, but, like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. He literally, he said that he just flopped in the bathroom and just sat there and just peed and was like, this is where I'm at right now. And then just went on with his day.
All right, moving on. We are on to Black Garlic. This does have Carolina Reaper in it. So good luck. So,
It's really
back
good
to your
flavor.
parents.
Yes.
Your dad is a funny man. He is a great character in himself. I want to know the most Dan Fleischer statement you have ever heard him say. Give us a glimpse of your father for us.
He just sometimes will just say a sentence and he will have words with more letters in them than there are words in the sentence. He was talking about puns because my brother made one when he was home, and this was just over Christmas break, actually. It wasn't that long ago. He said, I would call them a form of humor, but I don't want to give them that high of a standard. Oh, no. Which is how much he hates puns because he doesn't think they're funny at all.
Puns are amazing.
I love puns. They're my
Yeah.
favorite thing. And
They're very punny.
They're dad jokes, too.
We are on wing number 7, famously known as Da Bomb.
Oh, my gosh.
So we like to do a segment here on Hot Ones called Instagram Dive.
They were not lying, dude.
I'm going to pull up a picture. And I want you to describe what is going on in that picture.
Okay.
The first one here is picture of you who looks like sitting in an ER.
Yeah, so I'm sitting in an ER. That's in the back of my throat. That's nowhere else right now. So it's I'm in an ER, and so that night I was in my oh no, I have hiccups now, dude. Oh no, I was working out with my personal trainer who I used to have, and I was getting lightheaded. I called short. I go home. It's not going away. Oh my gosh.
It's delicious.
No, it's not. I went home. And I passed out 3 times. I'm gonna make this short because I'm gonna get this over with. And they Mom took me to the ER. She didn't know what's wrong. We're there at the ER for like an hour and a half, watching the FBS Championship Bowl, Oregon versus Ohio State. Ohio State won. It was a pretty crazy game. They're like, you have a sinus infection, which is basically doctor speak for, we don't know what's wrong with you, but we're sending you home. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Next picture. What is going on here?
That's my friend Jordan Wrestler. That was, what year was that? 2014, so I would have been 8th grade. Went to a high school basketball game. We go to the concession stand, brought to get some popcorn. Jordan sees that they're packing up. He's like, sorry, we're closed. And we're like, that sucks. He's like, how much can I get for that popcorn? He was like, I don't know. He says, can I get $4? Oh, he says, yeah. So he got it for $4. That was the whole thing.
This is another jump.
That was the last one, was a jump.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do another jump. It was like like a little jump, and now we're gonna.
That was not little, dude.
a big jump, and we're gonna take another big jump. So
That was
here we go.
Jack jumped over the candlestick, but landed on the candlestick on his mouth instead. I'm just taking little. It's not even nibbles. It's like little bear nibbles. It's not full bites. Oh, that's actually delicious.
Very good.
For 5 seconds.
So you've been in the school band from the beginning of middle school to now your senior year. If I remember correctly, you started out as a trumpet player.
Correct.
But in marching band, you got put on the quads. How does a brass instrument player go from that to percussion.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Holy cow. First day of band camp. Mandatory for all freshmen in band. And everyone in band. I get there, Miss Prox. Hold on a sec. Miss Prox like, you're going to play the tenors. I was like, okay, tenors is probably a weird name for a weird kind of trumpet. There's like a tenor sax and like other stuff. And I walk over and I'm like, I don't see it. And Slow Nichols like, they're right here. And it's the quads. And so I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. You have good rhythm? And we don't have a quads player. I was like, why can't Sloan do it? He's like, I don't know, you're playing the quads. I said, okay. I'm starting to shake. And so I played quads ever since.
We are looking at Blair's Megadeth Sauce.
Today, Junior?
Blair's Megadeth Sauce
Oh my gosh.
with Liquid Rage.
Yep. That's not slow.
Exactly how I expected it. Delicious.
That's not slow at all.
So back to the soccer topic. We obviously now know you are an athlete and you play soccer. There's been one time in your life
Yeah.
while playing soccer that you got a card. A yellow card. Explain that time.
Can you restart? That's tremendous. You should try that. The red card, I've only got one red card. North Mac, September 28th, 2016, 10 a.m. Carnival High School soccer field. Because we were playing North Mac, so I meant we're just not North Mac.
I can't understand your accent.
I didn't play the whole game. I'm barely a varsity member at this point. At 60th minute, I go in with Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas gets on. It's a very chippy game. There's this Italian exchange student on their team who's like hitting people. He's tying and shooting in front of the ball during free kicks. Just a bunch of crap. Michael Douglas goes on. And so he does nothing. Touches the ball once, kicks it. A kid on the other team side tackles him from behind. And fouls him. He stays up though. So he gets Michael's legs from behind, flips him up, and Michael flips backwards. Without hesitating, like instantly, Mike gets up and turns up and punches him 7 times in the head.
Wow.
Fight broke out. All the benches clear. A bunch of parents come on. Our AD came on. The coaches, the refs, no one knows what's going on.
And you led the charge.
Heck no.
Oh.
Like I said, not a violent person. Just like my dad. My stomach is starting to feel this. My first thought was, I should go pull him off. My second thought was, there's 12 people over there. That's how quickly it happened. And so I stayed like in the middle of the field. And then the coach came on, they cleared out. People are going, yeah.
Nie fair maken is respect voor de handen we kwijt. There's no one to nip at yet.
And so they come together. Coach is like, okay, this is crap. But the refs said that Mike and somebody else needs to get a red card because they said somebody threw a punch. And they're like, we need to give it to somebody else before they terminate the game. Because the refs said so, we have to listen to the refs. Coach going to be the player of the season. And we're like, okay. And look around and it's like,
So you took one for the team.
Essentially, yes. I was like, I'm a sub. Like, I'm the least valued member. Like, I'm just going to take a red card. So my mind was because the second half, that game was terminated. I couldn't play the whole next game. And it sucked. I cried because I was upset. And the game was intense. And a lot of the team was very thankful for me. I didn't talk to Mike for like 2.5 weeks. That's the most mad I've been.
We are on the final stretch. Our last wing. Our hot sauce is Hot Ones, the Last Dab Redux. This is a little tradition we have around here. We like to put a little dab on.
How big of a dab? Like a glob or a dollop?
You know, I've seen many people do it many different ways. If you want to schmear, if you want to dollop, if you want to dab, if you want to blob, if you want to glob, whatever you want to do.
You know what schmear is Jewish for?
No.
Smear. That's a lot.
Oh, perfect. All right, here we go.
Look at how much I put on.
Dink it.
You can think it. Cheers, mate.
Sing it. So, back to your mom being a doctor.
Oh no.
And you're saying that you're a hypochondriac.
Yeah.
If I were to guess, you probably have a list of all your diseases that you think or do
Get this out of here.
have. Give me a list and explain them for us.
Yeah, I think I have 14, which is a lot. Esophagitis, asthma, gastritis, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Do you want the full names or the
Yeah, no, this is good. I love it.
gastric antral vascular ectasia,
Okay, we're at 5.
irritable bowel syndrome,
Okay,
Osgood Schlatter,
okay.
EDS, it's
Okay.
kind of
We're at 8.
all over. Clinodactyly.
Okay.
I wouldn't count that as 2 though. I have it in my fingers and my toes. Um,
Okay.
we're kind of losing track.
Yep, we're at 9. There's got to be more, right?
There are more.
What number do you think there is?
There were 14, and I
Okay.
counted, and there were 14 of them. Oh, Wolf Parkinson-White syndrome is another one.
Okay. Tell you what, we'll wrap it up right
Yeah,
there.
okay.
This is over. We are done with sauces. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to plug whatever you want to plug with. Congratulations. You did amazing. It's your time to shine.
So, yeah, again, I'm Adin Fleischer. I have sprained my knee and dislocated it 3 times, but none of those are probably as bad as doing this. Maybe, I don't know, I'd have to do it again. Probably won't, though. It was pretty rough. I would just like to say, if you're ever given the opportunity to do this, don't. It's pretty horrible. Toilet paper's good, granted, and then once you get to, like, halfway through, it's pretty awful. If you do happen to do it, bring extra creamy Dairy Whip topping by Great Value.
Thank you.